Read up to me. I swear by the Almighty Allah
I swear by the Almighty Allah
that the evidence I shall give to this commission
that the evidence I shall give to this commission
shall be the truth,
shall be the truth,
the whole truth,
the whole truth,
and nothing
and nothing
but the truth.
but the truth.
So help me Allah.
So help me Allah.
You can wait for the instruction.
Could you kindly state your names, please?
Momadou Lamin Sonko
Where do you live, Mr. Sonko?
Testifies.
The managing director, Emir Kharafi and Sons,
Coordinator.
was summoned. So why?
I'm the coordinator.
You are the
Yeah.
Can you give us your title?
Coordinator
Coordinator of what?
of Kharafi. Kharafi has several companies, and I'm the coordinator between the companies and the government, and between the companies internal and also with the government
And you are called coordinator of
Kharafi.
Kharafi.
Yeah,
Would you like to sit down?
thank you.
How long have you been the coordinator of Kharafi?
Since 2002,
2002.
since inception, yeah.
So
Sorry, I didn't get that. Can you repeat?
Since inception, since 2002.
you said since inception,
Yeah, inception in Gambia.
since they came to the Gambia.
Yeah.
What was their first investment in Gambia?
Well, actually, we came here to do a road project, you know, Farafenye Lamin Koto. And from there, we did the Caravan Farafenye. And then we bought the Caravan Hotel. We built the Sheraton. We have the farm at Kafuta and one at
Sorry, maybe you are speaking too fast. Maybe
okay.
or-
All right,
okay,
okay.
slowly. You said you built 2 roads and then you
We built 2
purchased Kairaba
we purchased the Caravan Hotel,
Beach Hotel.
and we built the Sheraton Hotel. And we own 2 farms, one at Kafuta and one at Kuloro.
Can you repeat the farms? Names of the
Kafuta Farms and Kuloro Farms.
Kafuta farms, and the second one
Kuloro.
farms.
Yeah.
What do you grow
Onions and potatoes.
in both farms?
Yes.
You are someone, or Kharafi was someone with regard to a payment received from the Gambia National Petroleum Company
Excuse me,
account.
can I complete the roads? Because after that we...
Oh, you haven't finished your
No,
project?
the roads, no.
Okay, you'd like to tell us the
Then
rest of them.
We built the Maninaba Soma Road project. The Maninaba Soma Road, we built it.
Mandinaba?
Soma.
Sorry,
Soma.
technician. We are not
Yes,
hearing
there's a lot of sound.
from this end. We are not hearing.
Okay, sorry.
No, it's all right. It will be adjusted by the technician.
Yeah. We built the Maninaba Soma Road and Sankandi Karantaba. And the airport, phase 1. And the parking for the VIP during the AU Summit, the VIP parking for the presidential place at the airport.
At the airport?
At the airport. So these are the projects we did.
You are someone with regard to a payment of 24,054,000 received from Gambia National Petroleum Company
Yes.
account at Guarantee Trust Bank.
Yes, ma'am.
This
that's
was an
correct.
amount that was received
Yes,
by...
we received it, yes.
What was the purpose of this
Well,
payment?
It was 20% of the contract for the Sankandi Karantaba Road. The project was valued at, the contract price was 120,270,000. And we wanted 20% advance payment to start work. So government had to pay us 20%, so we don't know where it came from. Finally, they said, okay, we said without the money, we are not going to start, without the mobilization advance. And they came up with the 24,054,000 from GNPC account and paid us at our account at Guarantee Trust Bank, and we started work.
Okay, you are all right. Do you have any documents regarding this
Yes,
payment?
I have.
Was it a project that was tendered
Yes, it was tendered.
and you won?
We were the lowest bidder, yes.
All right, let's have the document. Mr. Sonko,
Yes, ma'am.
with regard to the Kairaba Beach Hotel,
Yes, ma'am.
you said Kharafi purchased it.
Yes, we purchased it.
Who sold it to you?
Yaya Jammeh.
Okay. The ex-president.
Ex-President Yaya Jammeh, yes.
What year was this?
I don't want to miss the days, but I think it should be around 2004, 2005, something around there, you know.
How much did you buy it for?
$10 million.
$10 million.
Yes. I paid for it.
Yes,
I personally paid for it.
On behalf, from your own money?
No, from Mr. Kharafi. Mr. Kharafi instructed that the money be paid to me to pay Yaya Jammeh after signing the papers.
You paid it into which account?
At Trust Bank.
Will require the transaction documents.
Well, I don't have. Apparently, in 2014, we had external auditors. After Mr. Kharafi passed away, you know.
Sorry. Slow down so we can hear what you're saying.
Okay.
There's a lot of echo.
Okay. Well, I'm sorry, I talk very fast. After Mr. Kharafi passed away, in 2014, auditors came from Kuwait, you know, auditors, external auditors from Kuwait. And going through the files, they discovered that the payment of the 10 million, you know, was paid to me, you know, from Standard Chartered Bank to my account at Trust Bank. These vouchers are available, but they cannot find the subsequent payment to Yaya Jammeh. Okay, and then I was told to please provide this. I went to Panjai, the MD of Trust Bank, and I told him what I wanted. And he told me, okay, we'll search for it. Apparently, after a few days, but within 2 days actually, one night, around 1 a.m., a nephew of mine called me with Louis Gomes, the then director of operations of NIA, from Lakers restaurant.
Director of NIA.
The director of operations, NIA, Louis Gomes. And Louis told me on the phone, I am sending your nephew to you, Ibrahim Loom. I said, okay. So I waited, the guy came to my house around 1 a.m. and told me, Louis said, this man, Yaya Jammeh, called to ask about me out of the blue. You know, because we had fallen out in 2008 when he put me in jail. You know, so we had no more relationship. So I told him, okay, fine, no problem. So I suspected that maybe he's been aware that I'm looking for this document, this transaction. So I went to the office the following day and I told the auditors, this is very sensitive. I'm not going to follow it up. Let me write a report and explain. They agreed and I wrote the report and they took it to Kuwait. You know. Then few days later, Panya sent me an SMS. You know, said I called. The SMS is still in my phone. This is 2014. I called, but I'm traveling. I've left the envelope with my secretary.
I am sorry?
I've left the envelope with my secretary. You can pick it up. I didn't delete it since then because I know I was waiting for such a day.
You have to repeat. I'm having difficulty hearing what he's saying. There seems to be a lot of echo.
Okay. Well, I'm sorry. Fast, you know, that's my nature. You know, I'm sorry. Few days later.
So I just could follow you up to the time when you said Panjai sent you an SMS.
Yes, to say.
Which is still in your phone.
Yes. To say, you know, I can read it, right?
Yes, please. Mr. Chairman, with your permission, we would like to read the SMS.
Carry on, please.
I called, left the envelope with my secretary. You can collect it anytime. The date was Monday, 27 January 2014 at 16:58, I believe. I can take my specs. $16.53. I did not go for the envelope because I did not go for the envelope with the information, you know, with the vouchers of me paying the money to Yaya Jammeh's account, from my account to Yaya Jammeh's account. you know. So I left it like that because at that time I thought it was very sensitive.
Why did you think it was very sensitive? It was merely, this was a sale of property.
Yeah, but I mean, Your Honor.
Hold on, please. You finished reading the SMS?
Yes, I finished.
And that is all you have to read, is it?
Yes, that's all I have to read. That's the SMS.
Well, can we have a transcript of it later, please?
Well, except somebody can.
You'll contact the secretariat.
Okay, all right.
And in their presence, you'll make a transcript. All right?
You know, I have been.
You've what?
I have been coordinating with the Ajame for.
Coordinating with whom?
Did you understand what the chair said?
Yes, that I
You
can.
should make a
What is in your
My phone.
Your phone?
Yes, coming.
We want it in black and white on paper.
No problem. I will.
And you have to contact
The secretariat.
the secretariat.
I will do that, sir.
To do that and confirm it.
Okay, sir. No problem.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Immediately you finish from here.
Yes, I will do that.
Okay. You were saying something. Now I wanted to, say what you had to say. You said you had been coordinating.
I've been coordinating with the Ajame since we started here. And since we started here as Kharafi. Actually, I was instrumental in bringing Kharafi to this country, you know, because then Lamin Sane, the late Lamin Sane, you know, British Minister Ibrahim Sise went to create fund.
You have to speak slowly. You know, you speak fast speak into the mic.
Sorry, it's my, sorry. As I was saying, you know, some time back in 1990 something, you know, I can't remember exactly, Lamin Sane, then Director of Works, went with his minister, Ibrahim Sise, Minister of Works, to Kuwait Fund. And Kuwait Fund took them to see a project in Kuwait City. This project was done by Kharafi, Emi Kharafi. And visiting the site, Emi Kharafi's marketing manager took them to lunch, you know, and they exchanged, you know, cards and so on. So he told them, you know, we want to come to the Gambia to explore the market, but we want to work with a local construction company building roads. Apparently, at the time, I was the only company in road construction. All the others were in buildings and so on, but I was the only one concentrating in road construction.
What was the name of your company?
Boto Industrial Company Limited. So when Lamin Sane called me and told me about it and told me, I think you should accept, this is a very, very big company. I told him, fine. Then he took my details and faxed it to them. By then, we had no internet or you had fax. So he faxed it to them, and I started communicating with the marketing manager. That was how we started, you know, working with Kharafi. So we were partnering into projects, tendering and so on. Finally, we got the Kharafi Lamin Koto. That's how we started. Okay, when we started, Mr. Kharafi told me, are you going to work for me? I told him, no, sir, I cannot. Why? I have a small company with 70 employees. If I work for you, they will all be out of work. So I want to keep my company. He told me, okay, let's be partners. But I will make you coordinator. This is a position that we don't have in the company, but it will be only for you. You'll coordinate between the companies and between us and the government. I said, fine, thank you. So that's how we started. So since then, I've been coordinating with the Ajame because we have investments here, we have other things. And suddenly, you know, out of the blue, we fell out. He just arrested me out of the blue, accusing me of stealing a bulldozer and many other things. Every time the story changes, you know, put me in jail for a week, out, another month, and so on. So finally, he left me. And I told him, Kharafi said, can we move to South Africa? I said, no, sir, I want to stay here. Can we move to Kuwait? I said, no, sir, I want to stay here. I said, but I don't want to have anything to do with him, with your permission. He said, very well. Because actually, for him to leave me alone, Mr. Kharafi had to send a special envoy to him to please leave me alone. And he even paid him for that.
All right,
So that was why when this thing came up, and out of the blue in 2014, you know, he started asking for me, you know, and it was alarming because this Louis Gomes was the one who once arrested me at 4 a.m. from my house and took me to Mile 2.
All right, thank you, Mr. Sonko. But you have your bank statement, don't you?
Sorry?
You have your bank statement.
No. When I was arrested, they came to my house and took a lot of
Can you give us your bank number?
That was Trust Bank. I don't bank with Trust Bank anymore.
Yes, but we would like you to provide the information to the secretariat.
Except I'll check with Trust Bank if they can. You know, I don't bank with
I'm sure you have an old checkbook somewhere, which will have the.
I don't know. Well, I don't know.
Right.
You know.
All right. How did you come to be buying Kharafi? How did Kharafi come to purchase Kairaba Beach Hotel?
Well, actually, you know, Mr. Kharafi invited when Mr. Rafi came here to lay the foundation stone of the Sheraton Hotel. He also extended an invitation to President Yahya Jammeh, for a private visit. He accepted, and I worked on arranging the dates. We done the Minister of Foreign Affairs, Babukar Blaise Diagne.
Babukar Blaise Diagne?
Yeah, was the Minister of Foreign Affairs then, and Ali Ngom was Secretary General. So we agreed on the dates, and we informed Mr. Kharafi, and he sent his private plane, to pick us and take us to Kuwait. So we went to Kuwait. We spent 3 nights in Kuwait. Then went to Lebanon, and spent another 3 nights. Then we came to Cairo. All these places has investments, And we came to Cairo. We spent 3-4 nights because that's why he has the biggest investment. He's one of the biggest investors in Egypt. So the night before we left, at Mr. Rafi's residence, we had dinner. At the end of the dinner, Mr. Rafi called me and said, "Can you come?" I came over. And he told me, "I've agreed with the president to buy the Karaba Hotel." Well, Ajame was pushing for him to buy, but he was not interested. He said, "Already I'm building a hotel." But he convinced him then. He said, "We have agreed to buy the Karaba Hotel at $10 million. But I want you to handle this thing personally. Not the company, but you personally. I want you to handle it." I said, "Fine." So when he came, Ajame introduced me to Amadou Samba. And Amadou Samba took me to his sister Mary Samba, who prepared the documentation. But I said, "Okay, I will not sign. I can handle the money transaction." But then my area manager at the time, late old day, he passed away. Ethiopian. He signed on behalf of Kharafi. I witnessed. Then Amadou Samba signed on behalf of Yahya Jammeh and somebody else. I don't know who. So that was it. So we bought the hotel, and then, the 10 million was paid into Kharafi's account at Standard Chartered Bank. But then Karaba Hotel then owed Standard Chartered Bank $2.5 million to be paid over time. And we are paying prematurely, before the time. So Standard Chartered Bank had to put some penalties, which was all paid out of the 10 million. And the balance was transferred to my account at Trust Bank, and I transferred to Yahya Jammeh's account. I'm sorry I say Yahya Jammeh, because that's how I call him. I don't call him president,
All right. The transaction documents, were they registered?
Yes, it was the deed of sales. Everything was done properly, legally. Yeah, legally done.
How much exactly do you transfer then into the ex-president's account?
It was 7-point-something million, because Standard Chartered Bank took $2.5 million plus penalties. Yeah, but the total sales amount was 10 million. The amount
you said the transaction was done.
Yes.
By Mr. Amadou Samba's sister?
Yes, Mary Samba.
What is Mary Samba?
Mary Samba, yes.
Who represented your interests? Kharafi?
Wolde Mikhael. He was our area manager at the time. He passed away.
Who did you have a lawyer for did Kharafi take a separate lawyer?
No, we had a lawyer abroad, but then Amadou wanted us to because this was a very sensitive issue, we wanted, only to concentrate. Mary Samba was the only one who represented both sides.
So she represented both sides?
Yeah.
Since then, you took over the
Yes, since then we took over the hotel, and then afterwards, Amadou came over and said, "We have to pay for the supplies." They calculated the supplies in the stores, which was about $2 million plus, and we paid.
You paid separately?
Separately, yes.
Into the same account?
Well, that was done now from between, the office and I don't know. I was not involved directly with that one now, because I left it, I was interested in buying, the property. So all the subsequent payments were done officially, from the office to this. I don't know how that was done.
Okay, so you paid one price for the
hotel and
for the land and the property, the fixtures, and another for the content.
Yeah, for
contents
the
of the
contents. Yeah.
2 point some. Do you have the documents for that?
I don't. All these things are.
Kharafi would have the documents.
Well, I told Kuwait to check whether we can find it, because since Mr. Kharafi passed away, the company has been kind of divided between the children. It's still Amy Kharafi, but construction is handled by one person, and hospitality another person, investment another person, agriculture another person, different, foods, everything, different children.
So who handles? Who handles the hotel? The hotels fall under who?
Hotels is hospitality is handled by Mr. Iyad Al Kharafi. He's Mr. Kharafi's elder brother, who was the Speaker of Kuwait Parliament, his third son rather.
What is it? Can you spell the name?
Iyad, Iyad.
I-Y-A-E.
Iyad.
Ian Kharafi.
Iyad al-Kharafi.
All right. We would like you to ask the company to locate the documentation, copies, which will be helpful to the commission.
Okay.
Do you recollect where your ex-president obtained the hotel from?
Well, no, actually, I don't know.
You can't recollect?
No, I don't
Were
know.
you shown the previous documents regarding, you know, when you buy property,
Yeah.
the seller would also show you
where
his title?
No, they did not know that. Actually, Amadou was coordinating everything, and I don't know much about it. I was interested in making sure that any documents made in some prepared, we used to send it to Kuwait, and Dr. Hassan and our legal team, head of the legal team, would look at it and comment. So we were adjusting until finally we agreed, and then we signed. So we didn't go on to all those.
All right. Yeah, we would appreciate your checking for the documents you have regarding this transaction.
Okay.
Can we have the documents regarding the payment from JNPC?
This is the Minister of the Permanent Secretary Works advising about the mobilization. This is the money we received. This is the contract.
Mr. Chairman, may I apply to have admitted a contract between the Ministry of Transport, Works and Infrastructure and Emir Kharafi and Son for the construction of the Sankandi Karantaba Road and letters regarding the 20% advance payment. This is in relation to a payment from the Gambia National Petroleum Corporation account with Guarantee Trust Bank for the sum of $24,054,000.
contract dated 4th August 2014 between Ministry of Transport, Works and Infrastructure and M.A. Kharafi and Sons Limited for construction of the Sankandi Karantaba Road, and letter dated 30th June 2014 from Gambia government to Kharafi requesting commencement of works. Admitted mark MS 58.
Mr. Sonko, with Kharafi and Sons, all its different sections, any of them, did you enter into any other transaction with the ex-president, apart from with regard to Kairaba Beach Hotel?
Transactions like, anyway, he at one time, he used to visit our farm, officially and non-officially. And at one time, this is something that I know of, but it was not official. He contacted, because then I was not dealing with him. He contacted the area manager to say, okay, where did we buy our pivots? Our pivots, you have pivots that water the farm, these huge pivots. He saw them at our farm. And this guy was telling me everything that was happening, and so he told him, okay, we have the contacts in Spain. So, he said, okay. So we introduced him to these contacts, and they were emailing each other. Sometimes they would involve this guy who was then the area manager, until he got the pivots. The pivots came just before the elections. But the Spanish, the engineer said they will not install these pivots until after the elections. They never installed because it never happened. The pivots are, I think, lying and cannot lie. They are huge pivots,
These are, where are they now?
Sorry?
Where are these pivots?
They must be at Karin. They are lying at Karinlai, at Karinlai farm, at Karinlai somewhere. Yeah,
do you know who paid for them?
Yeah, Jamie paid for them. I think the payment was, actually, I was monitoring because this guy was telling me everything that was happening, because, this was the way we operated. I was not dealing with him, but I was knowing everything,
Who was this guy?
He was our area manager, Muhammad Nagati. He is retired,
What's his name?
Muhammad Nagati.
Muhammad, is he in the country?
No, he's Nagati. He's in Egypt, So he used to tell me everything. He said, well, we have introduced them. So the payments were done through Suleiman, General Sol Baji, and the Spanish and so on. He was telling me what was happening. That was what I know.
So the payments were done through General Sol Baji, you said, and so on. What do you mean?
To the Spanish. To the
Spanish company.
To the Spanish company.
I don't have any further questions for Mr. Sonko.
Very well, you may leave.
Thank you.
We take a break. Yeah. Okay. We come back at quarter to 5 past. Yeah. Very well, we'll rise and we'll be back at 5 past 12.